There was a time not so long ago when American people were separated from each other because of the color of their skin.
So this is the story of Reverend King's visit to Portsmouth. He came here when he was a theology student at BU and gave a sermon at the Pearl by invitation. And his sweetheart at the time came with him and sang in the choir at the Pearl. Well, way before he was known.
Tammy Truex, the librarian at the New Franklin School in Portsmouth, is also an historian and an author. Her first children's book, The Pearl of Portsmouth, a story of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., tells about his visit to Portsmouth in 1952, when he spoke at the former People's Baptist Church of Portsmouth, which was known as the Pearl.
I thought that was a thrilling piece of information, but it bothered me that it was something I didn't know and that kids didn't know. And that it was just a story that I thought needed to be shared.
A young guest preacher came to town.
After I'd completed the manuscript and felt happy with the final draft, I did just tuck it up on a shelf, which writers often do with manuscripts, and let it sit for a few years, really, while I figured out who would be the best illustrator. And finally, that did occur to me, that it was Reverend Buckley.
Interim pastor at the New Hope Baptist Church in Portsmouth, Reverend Lillian Buckley, had been interviewed by Tammy years back for a newspaper article. That's when Tammy had seen her paintings. But life and work demands were such that Lillian hadn't picked up a brush in quite a while.
I was thinking, oh boy, I don't even know if I can do a stick figure. And as I got started, I started having a ball. So I labored on. It took about a month of drawing. And it was a labor of love. I went through the annals of history, you know, thank goodness for the internet. I was able to use photographs, and then I used a little artistic license, of course, and that's pretty much how I did it. This is from a photograph from 1939, Oklahoma City. I made that person a little younger, and I wanted to show the effect psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, that there's one beat-up old sign in a beat-up old canister, but he's thinking of it all the time, that he's not good enough.
We were collaborating electronically the whole time, and she would send me each one as she finished it, and I loved each one, without hesitation.
I wanted it to be something full of color, where children would, you know, the zip-zow factor. You know, they would say, wow, let me look at that.
I like this one a lot.
I think that was my favorite too.
It was like really pretty and like colorful.
I liked how kind of like in the pictures it added like words so it could kind of like tell you what's happening in the pictures.
As a child, Lillian grew up attending services at the Pearl.
Well, the pulpit, same pulpit that was there when Dr. King came that day in 1952, so it drives it home that we're still about what he was about.
So that one day, Reverend King would implore the whole country.
There was a vibrancy, a rhythm, a power, a movement of the Holy Spirit was expected and was announced, and was so there was a lot expected from this building, in this building, to be happening in this building of a different nature, because the people needed something different, and this was where it was happening. It went from, can I draw, to, this is wonderful. This is the one that brought tears to my eyes, because I realized how young and gorgeous they were, and how they had plans to do so much with their education, their skills, their dreams.
I love how it
it's like one thing and it's 4 sides. I thought I loved the illustrations and everything like that, the writing, everything like that. And it inspires me, so when I'm older, maybe I could write a book like that.
I think sometimes when we think about race, and this book isn't just about race, it's people coming together who don't absolutely agree, because we're living in a time of several wars going on, so we haven't gotten it down yet. It's not just about color, it's ideology, it's various things, but it is also about color. And I'm hoping that people will see that here in the Seacoast area, we also struggled and struggle. And now, you know, there's a responsibility to the generations now and those to come. It's not, unity doesn't just fall out of the sky. There's work.
Oh, it says freedom.
Let it ring.
Oh wait, it also says that right there. Let it ring. And it was said by Martin Luther King Jr.